And I'm watching The Simpsons now, which I haven't watched in a long time, which is kind of fun.
I'm going to tell you, dude, The Mandalorian is legit good.
No, I'm very excited.
Have you heard that? Am I? Because I haven't heard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I read all that. That's like all I pay attention to.
And that's what people
say? I don't pay attention to food.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Like, oh, yeah, what nerdy sci-fi stuff can I get into?
Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the Austin All Day Culinary Tales podcast. Jason Powers here. Welcome Chef Zack Sutton of Last Straw. Last Straw has gone vegan and Chef Zack is here to tell us all about it. You guys sit back, grab a drink, and check it out. Welcome back to the podcast, Chef Zack.
Hey, thanks.
Zack Sutton, Chef Zack Sutton from Last Straw.
And Drinkwell.
And Drinkwell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is what we're doing.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Woodford.
Sponsored by Woodford. Woodford's not that bad. I think I had it like for the first time maybe 15 years ago or something. 14 years ago.
It's the staple here.
Yeah.
It's always going to be here as the default.
It's nice.
I love it. It's drinkable. It's nice and smooth. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Jack Daniels, that's for sure.
I wouldn't be drinking it.
Right. You know what always reminds me of Jack Daniels is Jack Allen's here.
What's that?
In town. It's a restaurant. There's a few of them. So they're very popular, right? They're Jack Allen's and Salt Traders.
Mm-hmm. In Austin?
In Austin. You need to check these out. Before we get going, I'm curious.
Sponsored by Jack Allen's Smokehouse or whatever.
Yeah. How's Austin? You've been here for what?
I don't know.
You
we moved in June. We moved, like end of May, I want to say.
Yes.
We moved, so we had an apartment when we moved here, and then we had to get out of our lease. And now we're in another place. So we live up at like Olin and 183.
Okay.
Up in, was that Crestwood or something?
I'm not sure the area.
It's right by the original Tatsuya. It's like across the street from the original Tatsuya.
Yeah.
And like a Target, Hong Kong supermarket's there.
Okay.
Good supermarket.
Isn't there like Chevy Chase Drive or something over there?
I have no idea.
I think so.
It's right by Sugar Pine too, which I've heard is excellent.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's
Japanese
the first I've
food.
heard of this.
They do like onigiri and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's supposed to be great. And ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you?
It's cool. It's a good little area.
Have you gotten out and about at all?
No, I don't do anything. Well, I ate at Valentina's. So the last time we were here, we were talking about going to Valentina's, right? We were like, oh, we want to go there. I don't know if it was on air or not.
I think you guys were heading out, right? And I was like, you guys wanted something to eat.
Well, we passed it on the way in.
Okay, that's right.
So then I had a friend come from Seattle, and he was eating queso like 5 times a day while he was here. And so we had like a list of restaurants, and Valentina's was on the list. So we went there, and it was great.
Very good, right?
Real good.
What's that? What'd you get?
I got 2 tacos. I got I think it was a smoked pork and then a brisket.
Nice.
Taco. It was good.
So good.
Guac.
All right. It's all good, right? Hands down.
Yeah.
No line? Did you use the 4 o'clock time? No.
I don't know what time we went. We probably waited for like, I don't know, 45 minutes. Hour.
Well, good. You've
bad.
made it there. I know we usually later in the podcast talk about places to eat, but I'm just curious how you're settling in, places you've been that you like or what you.
Yeah, so we ate at Valentina's. That was the last time I've eaten out. No, I don't even know.
Right. He's from Seattle, right? That's it.
A buddy of mine was from Seattle, yeah, so he came into town.
Is the chef?
He was my old chef.
Okay, nice. Very cool.
I don't know. I mean, we don't, I cook at home a lot. My wife cooks at home.
Yeah.
I don't like eat tacos or breakfast sandwiches, that sort of thing.
So that's Austin to you?
Yeah.
Right. So you've, are you pulling a lot of hours at the Last Straw?
Let's say yes.
Yeah. Well, good.
Let's say yes.
But
I'm pulling appropriate hours at Last Straw. I mean, I'm splitting my time between Straw and Drinkwell. So I split days most of the week. So
tell me more about Drinkwell.
So Jessica Sanders, she's the beverage director for Edgewise, and then she's owned Drinkwell for a number of years, 7 years, something like that. However long it's been open. So it looks like you have whipped cream on your beer.
I don't know.
So she lost her chef. He got out of the industry entirely. And
it's not Chef Ashley.
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Ashley from fourth grade?
Oh, we do know. He's not him.
Ashley from U.S. Foods.
Yes, and
That's
fourth
what he-
right. Okay,
well,
that is what I'm thinking. All right.
He knows I'm here. I saw him earlier today.
You know,
He's like my best friend now. We became best friends in a matter of like a week and a half. He's going to listen to this and laugh his ass off.
Hey, Chef Ashley. Oh, wait. You know.
I invited him.
You did.
Uh-huh.
Now I don't know if I should be offended or what.
He doesn't want, man, what's he going to talk about? No one can understand what the hell he's saying. Anyway, he's got a British accent.
Chef Ashley on here simply for the British accent.
It's just going to be jargon.
Right.
Oh my God, no. Yeah, I have a lot of burger buns in Last Straw right now, courtesy of him. Okay, no, so nice. Jess needed a chef, or she needed some hands in the kitchen, essentially. Yeah. And I was looking for, some form of growth potential. And so I just, was flat out like, hey, can I just split my time? Can you guys figure out a way for me to split my time between the two places and oversee both kitchens and do 2 menus? So before we get into all the Last Straw stuff. So anyways, towards the end of this month, I'm going to start to roll out some new stuff at Drinkwell. But
cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's tight. It's a small kitchen.
You like doing that kind of stuff.
What, menu changes?
Yeah, I mean, you did it as soon as you got into Last Straw.
I feel like I do it. It's weird because it's so stressful. Yeah, it's like so stressful, right? It's it just gets agitating.
What are you, a clean slate? Is that what you might refer to it as?
No, I just I don't know. I just want to put my stamp on things, I guess.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I don't know why I get so not aggressive, negative, but I got very aggressive about wanting to put my own stuff on, and then it just stresses me out.
Yeah.
But then I still do it.
Yeah. Well.
So Drinkwell I've been helping out for whatever. It's been a couple months, I think, now. And so we're looking towards, a few changes in the next 4 weeks and then, assess and reevaluate and that sort of thing. So I've been a little more patient with, but yeah, normally I get in, I'm like, I want to do new food now for no reason.
Just to get stressed out.
It's really stupid. Just stress myself out.
But you know what? How's the Last Straw new menu going? Because you came in, you kind of revamped the whole thing.
Well, so new menu, which launched
exactly.
New Year's. Yeah.
How did the new menu go from the last time you were here?
We didn't see. I mean, it was received well by our staff and by people who were ordering.
Right.
But we didn't see much of like a difference in anything. Right.
Sure.
And that could be a variety of factors. Who knows? And throughout that process or throughout that time, we decided that we wanted to do at least a vegan month, if not just move forward entirely as a vegan establishment.
Oh, wow.
So that's where we're at now.
Yes.
Okay,
so that's episode 41. Okay. Mm-hmm. And now you're talking about vegan food.
Well, yeah. So now I'm talking about vegan food. And now I have a cook who's trying to get off tonight when he's supposed to be in already.
The ultimate, right? On air, too.
On air. No, you can't.
Right. The pet peeve question.
So on New Year's Eve, we launched a vegan menu, quote unquote, soft launch with the second, 2 days being a partnership with Planted and ATX Vegans, and essentially changed over to an entirely vegan establishment.
Okay.
So that's the big splashy news.
Sure.
What that means is, everything that we essentially had tried to do for the past, for myself, 6 months that I'd been there, and then, whatever they had been doing since day one is essentially like wiped clean slate. Andrew and I collectively came up with a new menu. He wanted a focus of like Tex-Mex, Mexican sort of beach style food, if you will.
Okay.
So that's kind of the creative direction of it. And yeah, we workshopped a bunch of things and did a lot of product testing and got to where we're at. It's a tight menu. It's very concise, 8 items, with room for, growth and change and specials and that sort of deal. But yeah, that launched New Year's.
So what prompts this? Because originally when I saw this, I thought, January, people want to make the changes. They want to get in shape. They want to eat vegan all month.
Right.
This is what I thought. I thought you were doing a menu change for the month of January.
I think it sort of coincidentally happens to fall in that time frame,
Okay.
which is great. I mean, should
It
be
is
good
great.
for us. It should, hopefully it's beneficial because at least people are thinking about those
Yeah.
types of things. I mean, my New Year's resolution, I never do resolutions,
Okay.
was go vegetarian because my wife is pescatarian, vegetarian.
Yeah. How long has she been?
Oh, well, like over a year,
Okay.
maybe a couple years,
And
2-3 years, something like that.
The transition for her, she's okay with it.
What, with me not eating meat?
Not you. How does
with
she
her?
like it?
Yeah, she's fine. I mean, like all we do at home is cook vegetarian.
Okay.
So it's no real
cleaner.
change. Yeah, it's cleaner. It's healthier.
And fish, when you throw fish in the mix, you really don't have to worry about lacking protein and whatnot.
No, and you can have legumes. You could do hemp seeds or great. I mean, there's like plenty of stuff
for
out there
anybody
that
who
can get
wanted
you.
to like combat it with, there's no protein there. You eat
That's
fish
bullshit.
too. Yeah.
Eat fish. eat beans.
I mean, broccoli is full of protein.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
I mean, you can get grains that have protein content in it. I have a cook at Drinkwell who turned me on to hemp seeds in a big way. It's like a full amino acid chain.
Cool.
So it's like complete protein essentially.
And so how's your New Year's resolution going?
Great.
I mean, especially because it's what your menu is.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of how I've been thinking in entirety for the last 2 months or so. It's pretty much how I've been eating at home since we've moved here, definitely. But even before then, I mean, when I would cook at home, it's vegetarian, curries, Mexican food, rice dishes, that sort of thing. So
yeah, I kind of feel like it's a rabbit hole to jump down. But is there like reasons, other than maybe health, that you might want to steer towards a more vegetarian or vegan friendly diet?
I mean, as far if you're conscious of animal rights, obviously that's one huge.
Are you personally?
Yes, in the sense that like I have no interest in supporting like commodity farming, factory farming, commodity farming in any sort of way.
It's horrific.
Am I on a picket line in front of a farm that's cutting off chicken heads? No.
Right.
I'm here.
Exactly.
I like it for the health benefits. I mean, I know I've already lost weight.
Okay.
Just like changing my diet, let alone doing anything else.
Well, how often were you eating meat?
Not that often, but it does like shift your sort of purchasing habits, I think, a little bit. Because I don't even think, it's like, now I don't even think about it. It's not an option. So if we go out to eat.
Protein's expensive.
Yeah, protein's expensive. And also we cook a lot at home. Like all we do is cook dinner and breakfast and stuff. We stock our pantry and that sort of thing. So, which is very different from my experience in Chicago, right? Where we would eat out all the time or order in all the time. That's one of the things that it's kind of funny because I come on here and you're like, oh, how's Austin and where are you going and what's your restaurant
Sounds like it's great.
And it's great because I don't ever go out to eat and, we cook dinner and breakfast and that sort of thing.
Is it fair to say maybe you're more relaxed than being?
Oh, yeah. And it's definitely just like a healthier, it's more conducive, I think, to a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. It's rainy and like 30 some degrees there today. So.
I believe that.
Okay. So you got that going for you. Yeah.
I'm warm in a sweatshirt right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it was dreary today.
Oh, it was really nice today. Yeah. I love that. A little moisture in the air. Yeah.
You like that. Yeah. So in that respect, it's great, right? You're cooking at home, and that's not something you were doing in the past. And I'm guessing that's just because of the grind in the city and chefing out there.
Yeah, the grind. I mean, for sure. I mean, my hours were much more extreme. My wife's hours were more extreme. She's a stylist, and like she would work a lot later than she works now.
Is that still what she's up to here?
Oh yeah, she's doing hairstyle. At Deep Roots, ATX, Maxi Gallegos, shout out.
There we go. Link in the description.
Go give her your money. She's very talented. So I mean, I think moving here and getting essentially the lifestyle that Austin provides is very helpful in sort of saying like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the grocery. The downside is you drive everywhere, right?
Yes.
So Chicago, I didn't even have a car until months before I left.
Excuse me. Funny fact that when I moved here, did you hear this? It's a bike town, bike friendly. Did you ever hear that when you're coming here?
I don't know. I mean, I think it is a little bit. People don't know how to drive, but
right.
So there's definitely like
that's where I was going with that because
bike friendliness.
Well, you can I know we're in Austin, and most people listening are here.
Yeah.
But in the suburbs of Chicago, and we're talking all the way 30 miles outside of the inner city of Chicago,
right?
You can actually get on a bike path.
Yeah, like
30 miles and ride ride into the city.
Yeah.
Because
I've done that. Yeah,
it's extremely bike friendly, and then you're not worried about whatever bad, horrible driving and getting run off the road. But when you come here, I mean, it's dangerous. It is dangerous.
Yeah, I haven't ridden around. I have a bike here. It's just sitting on my porch under a tarp.
So we do all the math then, and it's like you're more relaxed at home. You're doing your thing, but you're not on that bike.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is like you're driving around, so it's like, oh, I can go to the grocery store and like really stock up, as opposed to going to the grocery store and saying like, I need to carry this by foot 6 blocks.
Oh yeah. So
or I got to take an Uber.
Back. Yeah,
which is like legitimately we would Uber back from the grocery store a lot.
Sure.
It was just a pain in the ass.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's kind of conducive. And honestly, like the produce selection is amazing, even at the grocery stores compared to like Mariano's or whatever in Chicago. It doesn't compare.
That's newer, right? Up there.
Yeah, I mean,
it took over Dominic's. Is that the one?
Yeah, they bought out Dominic's.
Okay. I heard about that.
We just lost half our audience.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So we've got HEB here.
Yeah, HEB is great.
Is that where you're frequenting?
Yeah, Central Market.
Market.
I'm a snub, so I go to Central Market.
I
love Central Market. All I do is talk up Central. I should be a brand ambassador. Central Market, if you're listening, I would like to be a brand ambassador for you or just work for you in some sort of way.
Have you met any of the chefs over there?
No.
I should introduce you one day to Chef Larry.
Yeah.
Because you're going to the one.
I got on Lamar in like 45th. Whatever.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down, one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life.
It sounds great.
He's been there for like 20 plus years.
Their produce,
cool.
Produce is great.
They do like a blind produce test where you're supposed to be able to put on a blindfold and pick up any piece of produce, and it's supposed to be perfect.
It's all gorgeous.
Right. And they take the stuff that's not basically gorgeous and juice it or repurpose it.
As long as they're repurposed. I mean, that can be problematic in its own right if they're not doing
they're repurposing it for sure. You can.
But yeah, they have all those like house juices, like that sort of stuff.
It's lovely.
Are they making their own kimchi yet or what?
Maybe.
Take all their old scallions and cabbage and make
their
kimchi.
Their pies, their bakery is amazing. I mean, no reason. I mean, Central Market is the jam.
They have a really good bread. It's like a seeded, it's kind of like a dark, I don't know if it's just a whole wheat flour and then tons of seeds called Seedsation, I think it's called.
Seedsation.
I think.
Similar to the
great.
Whole Foods Seduction.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Very dense.
Pretty dense.
Yeah.
Good with butter. Whipped butter.
No more butter. Oh, you can stick with the butter.
Vegan.
You're not vegan.
I'd be turning off potential customers for the last straw, but no, I'm not vegan.
Right, yeah.
Butter, I like eggs way too much, and I eat yogurt like every day.
Eggs, wonderful source of protein.
Eggs, great source of protein. Yogurt, delicious.
You eat yogurt every day?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Almost every single day.
What type of yogurt? It's not, you're making
I
it?
like Siggy's.
Okay.
Making yogurt?
People do it.
I know, but
people do it.
I'm going home and watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm not making yogurt.
Well, there you go. And it's not too much of the foodie shows for you, right? You're not going home and watching.
No, I mean we'll watch Bon Appetit. That's like the only real
on
food.
YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube or on their app
That's
or whatever.
Great. Those guys are great.
Man.
Brad, Leon, whatever it is.
Yeah,
he frequents here.
Oh yeah, I think I saw
See
that
him
he was
popping
here.
up in here when you get him on the show,
I
asked him to come on.
You know, you made it.
I think he actually had said something about it, but I mean, like, what are we?
Oh yeah, I'll do your podcast. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
a very brief. It was through messages.
Nice.
Which is how I conduct all my business for this podcast, through Instagram messages.
Instagram messages.
Right. Yeah. Mostly
and text.
Yeah. So if you're not on Instagram, you're not getting on.
Yeah. Well, you text me, but I guess maybe you Instagram me at first. I don't even know.
No, I think it's all been
at
text.
Zack Eats
All right,
Toast.
I'm lying about the
Zack
Instagram thing.
Eats Toast.
That's you?
Yeah, Zack Eats Toast.
There we go.
I can't ever change that handle because it's too good.
Zack Eats Toast?
Yeah, I do. I like toast a lot.
Really?
We were just talking about bread.
Yes. So you're doing up the Seedsation? Seedsation.
Throw in the toaster.
Little butter.
Little apricot jam.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Cool, man. So tell me, some inspirations for this new menu of yours at Last Straw. What are we going to get when we go over there? Because we're talking about a bar, right? You get
it's a bar.
couple drinks
So
and
yeah, I mean,
people?
it's kind of tough because the way that we were trying to figure out the creative direction was there's just like a lot of things that get ruled out, as a bar. It's not a restaurant. You can't just be like, oh, we're going to have vegan chili and then this curry dish and a rice thing. And it doesn't make sense.
I would
You can't
think
have all that
chili,
stuff.
though. That's
Yeah, but it's a bar. Who's getting chili in a bar?
no.
No one.
I
Austin, if I'm wrong, come in, order
a chili?
something for sure.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then tell the bartender
You want
we
chili?
want vegan chili. I just don't, I have a hard time believing that that's a viable solution for bar food. To me, it's always like shareable snacks.
like the
finger
cauliflower,
foods.
the buffalo.
Like cauliflower,
like that,
stuff like
yeah.
that. So we have like tempura mushrooms,
Okay.
and I'm doing like a tahine roasted garlic aioli.
So you're doing the finger foods was the approach.
finger foods. There's a
is
couple
smart.
tostadas. Yeah. It's just things that like
Just not like
it
a
should
canapé.
be a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
Like I can eat this with one hand and hold my drink in the other if I want.
This 100%, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and eat it quickly.
yeah.
Because that's a lot of it is like I've had too much to drink and I need to get some food in myself, and then I gotta go home and I gotta
Well,
smoke a bowl and then I gotta do something else.
right. But that's what makes bar food, quotes, air quotes, great.
Right.
So you need to stick with that theme.
I think until proven otherwise, I think that's the parameter that we need to work in.
I am interested about what's actually on the menu, but did the actual bars and their cocktails and their recipes change according to the vegan?
Yeah, really, they're restricted by not using honey. They can't use cream.
Oh, wow. So you guys are doing this.
We're vegan.
Okay.
We're vegan.
That's crazy.
Which is,
No
to
more
me,
bacon
it's-
in the Bloody Marys.
Yeah, I don't know if they no, I do bacon in the Bloody Mary. Actually, when I got there, they had kimchi in it, and the kimchi had shellfish in it or something.
Oh, yeah. The fish sauce probably. And
Yeah. So but the Bloody Mary, shout out to Jake Diat. The Bloody Mary developed by him is great. It's like a smoked tomato habanero.
Nice.
It's real good.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
Okay.
Smoked tomato.
Yes, that does sound good.
Good stuff.
You're doing the smoked tomatoes there?
Yeah, we smoke them and everything. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. So they changed it by getting that stuff off the menu.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sure
just
there's a
trying-
few
yeah.
new drinks on there and stuff.
Yeah. I'm a pretty bad brand representative because I'm not
Yeah.
that familiar with the
big?
cocktail
Well, we're doing the
menu.
Woodford, but are you a big drinker over there?
No, I don't. I like drinking, and I don't do it often, and I
Yeah.
don't do it in volume anymore.
Hey man, there's
And
a
I
lot of
feel
people
better for
going,
it.
I wish I were
I
Zack.
feel better for it. I mean, drinking is great. It's delicious.
Yeah. Takes a little discipline.
Single malt scotch,
There we go. Yeah.
definitely up there with my favorite. I like gin a lot too. I worked at a gin bar a handful of years ago in Chicago, and that was like very eye opening
Yeah.
as far as spirit knowledge and like learning what I did and didn't like.
Okay.
Yeah, scofflaw.
Yeah. Beyond my, I don't know anything about what goes into that kind of stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. I know this is good too.
Woodford's great.
Woodford is great.
Good thing we're sponsored by them.
We are, yes. Sponsored by Woodford. Oh. All right. So some more. I know it's all
Yeah.
finger food, but I guess we can get into
Whatever you wanna know, I
Make
don't care.
people hungry. Tell me a few things on the menu.
So we do tempura mushrooms with a tahine aioli. I think
We
those are
don't
like.
talk about a lot of food on this podcast.
I
but
know.
Let's do it though. Let's hear this new vegan. I mean, it's the
Sure.
new.
I'm not going to
new
give you the
year.
entire menu because that's
Sure.
really boring. It's
It
boring
is.
to me.
It is, but that's what I'm asking out of you. Let's,
Yeah, crispy mushroom to be boring for your
Let's
audience.
be boring.
The show's getting too exciting. We need to bore it down.
pump the brakes, please. List me the vegan options.
So we do some blistered shishito peppers,
Very nice.
coated in tahine, served with a lime wedge. A beet tostada, shaved thin
I just had a flash of the Salt Bay. Sorry, I don't know.
in slow motion. Beet tostada. It's kind of like a riff on a tuna tostada or a Baja fish taco, sort of like all those components. There's avocado,
Beet
mayo.
tostada, is that like
roasted
dehydrated?
beets? No, roasted beets, peeled, shaved, really thin,
Yeah.
and then just like piled with radish, cabbage, mayo, avocado, tahine, crispy onions, the whole deal.
This is making me lean towards it's actually healthy.
there are healthy things.
That's
can be healthy.
Yeah.
The heavier. So we talked about like sort of like run of the mill bar food or whatever. I wanted to do as much and everything from scratch as possible. So I'll shout out Flying Brothers Tempeh right here. I figured out how to make a good tempeh chorizo with their product. So we're doing a tempeh chorizo burger, and then it goes in our butternut squash queso, and it's on our brunch menu as well in our hash. So that's a handful of stuff. I'm not going to do the whole thing.
Butternut
squash queso, courtesy of Andrew Weishart.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's very good. It's got like Rotel in it.
I know he couldn't join
squash.
us. How's he like all this approach?
I think he likes it because it's very different from what he's ever done before.
Yeah,
which is pretty. I mean, as a chef, and I don't want to speak for him, but for myself, like anything that pulls you out of your comfort zone, and then that you sort of like figure out and test, and through trial and error, you see what works and what doesn't, is always fun.
Sure.
I've had a decent amount of experience doing vegan stuff. So like for me, not that it's not fun, but like I have a pretty good idea of ingredients that I can use, products that I can pull, applications I can use to develop a menu.
Right.
And, with him, I think it's a lot of, new, fun, exciting things where like we were literally just like bringing in random stuff. He brought in this to test out, I hope he's listening when this comes out, these soy curls.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with soy curls.
Not at all.
It's pretty gross. He ordered them on Amazon. So they come, it's like dehydrated soy in little like twisty curls, and then you rehydrate them and then you fry them, and it's kind of like the worst fried chicken bits, like very chewy.
Yeah.
But it does sort of resemble like ultra dry chicken.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it's kind of cool to just like pull in some random product and test it out and see like what came about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's into it. I think it's, like I said, it's a cool new direction for the space. I was a gardener years ago as veggie forward, but as far as like being a bar.
Was that his place as well?
Yeah.
Wow. Dropping the knowledge. I didn't know that either.
So, for it to be just like a cocktail bar and tiki focused, and, how are we going to do bar food? How is it going to be vegan? How will this whole thing come together?
Yeah.
Was a really cool challenge where we were working together and like just bullshitting ideas and seeing what stuck and what didn't.
Yeah, man. That's pretty cool. That is good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys drawing inspiration from anywhere particular? Like, is there like, because we know like chefs, famous, are there like vegan chefs that people refer to like for?
I don't know.
No. So no.
From actual chefs, I'm not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't follow. I don't know if I follow any vegan chefs.
I wonder if there are.
Maybe. I'm sure. Come on.
There's got to be. Yeah.
Someone's getting very angry right now, banging their fists on the table.
Right.
That's how I listen to podcasts. It's very intensely in a dark room. And then I overreact when I hear things I don't like.
Right.
No, I don't. I don't know. It was just a lot of like internet research and tasting and seeing. I know I think he was like doing vegan for a week and like ate out at a bunch of restaurants.
For the New Year's? Was he?
No, before then, when we were doing recipe testing.
Oh, okay.
Just to get a sense of like what was available in Austin, what people were doing, what he liked about certain experiences versus what he didn't, that sort of thing.
Yes.
I've been to a handful of different of like the vegan options, like Arlo's and
which is
Beer Plant.
Okay.
What else? Mother? I don't know if I've been to Mother's. Maybe I've been to Mother's.
Okay. By Antonelli's. The Arlo's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's come up on here. Not for a good minute though. That's excellent food.
Yeah, I had my buddy works at Spider House.
Okay.
Former bar manager at Last Straw, Corey. He's over there. He used to be over there, and his wife works over there. So I'll go and hang out over there all the time. Grab Arlo's. It's great. It's good.
Arlo's is good. And then the Beer Plant. I remember when they opened up a couple years ago.
Yeah, Beer Plant seems to be like the gold standard now in vegan dining in Austin.
Right.
That's sort of the take that I got.
We had Madi from Sweet Ritual on here. She is vegan ice cream.
Oh, cool.
And she is
is that over on Airport?
I believe it is. I've not been there, but since her podcast, which is, I'm not sure what number, but She is now going to be the executive chef at the Social House for a Peach Tortilla,
Oh, right on.
which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's super cool.
A little departure from the, so congratulations, Marty.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff. But she pointed out that she was like, people give Austin a hard, there's not a lot of vegan restaurants, and she was pointing out there's Beer Plant, there's Arlo's, and now she can add Last Straw to that list. I am sure, I am confident that your food will be on par. Any others that you went to? Because we have Golden Creek. Did you guys?
I haven't been there. No, I've heard that name a whole lot, but I haven't been.
Yeah. Where else do we have? It's straight vegan. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. No idea.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know. I mean,
You're new too. Newish.
I'm new. Well, there's a new. So I follow a kombucha maker.
Okay.
Bruja. I haven't been there yet, so I can't speak to it, but it looks pretty dope. And she runs a kombucha truck.
Okay.
And I know that they now are operating out of this place I think it's called the Outpost. Correct me if I'm wrong, internet. But that's like a vegan, I think it's supposed to be a vegan food truck park.
Nice.
I forgot. It's in East Austin somewhere.
What a cool concept. The whole park.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I'm sure there's, plenty of operations there. There's another truck at Spider House that's vegan too. Mm-hmm. It's like a taco. I don't know the name of it, but it's like a taco and maybe rice or grain bowl.
When I think Arlo's, I think by the Grackle. That's not where you're talking though.
I'm talking about the one up at, I don't know. What is it? It's over by campus.
Yeah. I've not been over to that one, but I just driven by it before.
Yeah.
But there's one by the Grackle and on the east side there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I go to. But it's all good. So plenty of options here. And
a lot of options we're adding to it. I think that's like the cool thing is that hopefully we'll get grouped in with all these other places that are pretty well revered.
Yeah.
So, and it'll allow us to like maintain and grow and improve.
Yeah.
That's like my goal.
Sure. So. Do you guys have any kind of relationship with the Counter Cafe next door at all? Or is it just kind of your thing, their thing?
No, our thing, their thing.
Yeah,
very much so. I mean, it's just an property with a separate owner.
Yeah, you think there would be like the guys staying all
I have one of my line cooks is cook a counter in the morning.
Oh yeah, one of those hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think there'd be like the guest who like parties all night at the Last Straw and then like ends up at Counter Cafe in the morning and then just stumbles over the Last Straw.
Back over to Straw.
It's like a little cycle there. It could be a good balance.
So. I think I hope so.
Yeah, well.
That sounds very hard on the body.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is though, right?
It's going to be 22.
As you go vegetarian.
As I go vegetarian. And I'm doing yoga.
Yoga. Hot or just yoga?
Yoga in my house.
Are you?
Yeah.
So that's a cool thing. What are you doing? Watching a YouTube video and doing it or something?
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's Austin-based.
Is that all the exercise you're into?
Yep. That's it. That's it.
No cardio, nothing like that. I mean, you're a chef, so you're moving and grooving all day.
The extent is I'm going to get up in the morning and do 25 to 35 minutes of yoga.
But I know that you'll listen to some of these episodes in the Commodore, right? Mm-hmm. With Philip Spears. They doing the run club. Thursday is yoga.
Oh, is it?
So maybe you should go just mess around there.
Maybe I will.
Talk up the vegan menu over there.
Yeah. Just convince everyone else to go vegan, and then I'll just.
I don't know if you need to do
on my
that.
Butter laurels,
right? But they're doing that. It's pretty cool though.
That's great.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday running, Thursday yoga. I think it's all at 10 a.m. I may have the time
cool.
wrong.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's super food beverage industry oriented hours.
I like that the whole culinary scene, and I'm 35. I'll be 36 in a couple months. And I started cooking when I was 28. So I'm not some lifer. Like I haven't been cooking since I was 17, right?
Sure.
But I do like that the trend is in service industry in general is going to this like much healthier, better way of life, better living, caring for our bodies and ourselves.
Well, it seems archaic to think about somebody working 12 hours and then dodging a pan because the hollandaise broke or something, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good. I'm glad that I'm working in this time frame as opposed to like feeling like I need to be more of a hard ass, or feeling like I need toughness out of people in a harder, you know what I mean? Like, it's plenty tough.
Yeah, I really can't.
There's still plenty of toughness going around.
Yeah, that's true. And like toughness actually shows itself in other ways than just
like I can work 30 days in a row. Or
yeah,
it's like,
and
what
not
about
sleep
your family
and your health, and I mean, because all that shit leads to a shorter life.
Oh yeah, it's just not worth it.
Can't speak to the rest of the nation, obviously, because I've spent.
I think it's commensurate. I think it's going the same way.
Yeah,
Chicago. Oh, for sure.
Okay, all right.
Chicago seems to be going the same way. It just it has to run its course, and there's got to be like new sort of regimes that gain traction, maybe to like improve people's way of thinking about it.
Right, and the idea that healthcare, right, of what industry that would need healthcare more than the one that is actually nourishing most people's bodies, and then they don't. The healthcare is not a thing.
Yeah, but I mean, also that's like American society.
Yes, like we started a separate podcast, right? Disney Plus.
Yeah, as long as we can afford Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime.
We've got those. Saint Jeff Bezos took care of the holidays for everybody.
Yeah, right.
Right, we're gonna sainthood for him. That is the next step. Kris Kringle, step aside.
Good grief.
Yeah. Well, you have an excellent point though with this, with the industry moving away from that stuff, and it's. I mean, you didn't really experience. That's what you're saying, right? You didn't really experience.
Not specific. No, I mean, I'm not saying that, but like, it's not like I have the experience of, let's say, the whatever late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah,
and anytime before then, but like, ever since I've been working in kitchens, there's been some talk. I went from like some talk of that to a very, I think, dramatic shift in everyone's mentality, which is 100% for the better.
I think that's not only the kitchen. I think
no. It's not. Yeah, it's front of house. It's not even like only restaurants. It's like service industry across the board. I mean,
it has to do with this. Like air quotes again. Cancel culture kind of thing where everybody's calling people out, kind of that kind of mentality. Well, in a way, it can be good for people who are in the back of a house or the way that people have been working themselves in kitchens traditionally.
Right.
Like, because I'll tell you these stories about cocaine on the toilets in the 90s. Like, they're fun to hear. Right. I want to hear them. I do.
It sounds very glorious.
Right. It's very glamorous, right? It's all this whole glamorizing, right? At the end of it, you're like, let's get some fucking cocaine. Like
right.
That you hear these stories.
Yeah.
But that's not sustainable.
No.
And
like what type of like, I mean, really, I think it's important to think about if you're working in a kitchen or if you're working in a restaurant or if you're working in a hotel, whatever, like you're still just working a job in the same way that like someone who's working at whatever internet startup is working a job. Or at a tire company is working.
I was going to relate it to it's a blue collar, hands on. You're working with your hands.
Yeah, but really, it should be considered like it's standard employment, like it is any. It should be viewed in that sort of a way. Well, and so
exactly. I mean, you're not going to have a good cook in your kitchen. I mean, if you have a good cook, he could also be a good construction worker. He could also be a good behind a computer. Yeah. Just has to have a good work ethic.
Yeah. You gotta, have a good work ethic, like put in your time, but also, how ridiculous does it sound if you are working like an office job 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and all of a sudden you're asked to work like 9 14-hour shifts in a row. Right. Literally you're laughing at it because it sounds like so
an
ridiculous.
Excellent point. Yeah, no, it is, right?
Why would, kitchens are excluded or bars are excluded. Like, it's bullshit.
On top of it, I did laugh, and it's almost like it's so asinine. Mm-hmm. And then if you could actually imagine the person who stares and like whatever he's doing on a screen all day.
Yeah, he's like
9 to 5, right? That's one
monitoring content, which is another. I mean, that's a whole.
So when you say
monitoring YouTube content, right? Like,
right. That's why these aren't on YouTube. Right. No, they are. But So, you ask them to work these 12-hour, 14-hour days.
Right.
Just imagine telling somebody who's doing 9 to 5, that's hard enough to scare. And like, you're asking them to just stare at a screen longer.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like torture.
Mm-hmm.
So why doesn't that translate to
hang out by this
Right.
ripping hot fire and
Right.
burn yourself every 7 minutes? And
yeah. But God forbid, we're not going to make you stare at that screen much longer. Take 2 weeks off for Christmas, please.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Everyone slaves away in the industry.
Yeah. So
Did
I think
did you guys close up on
yeah,
New
we were
Year's
closed.
and
We were closed New Year's Day. We were closed Christmas Day and the day after. We were open Christmas Eve.
I think as much as the industry can change towards a healthier lifestyle and quality of life, that's one caveat is that people want to eat on the holidays.
People want to eat.
Yes.
We had a bard back who also works at Alamo Draft House, and she was telling me about how she's working back to back. It's like doubles on
War
Christmas,
stories. Yeah.
Christmas Day and that sort of thing. And it's like, well, yeah, people want to go to the movies. Like everyone's off.
Yeah.
Take the family to the movies. So yeah,
there are a lot of
service
people who would like
component
to.
of it,
Yeah.
no, it's like a whole other thing. It's like, yeah, you are in service, so you are resigning yourself to working during the times when other people are off. That shouldn't change. That is never going to change.
Right.
But the strenuous nature of saying oh, well, we want to get not here, not Michelin City, but a Michelin star. We want to get a James Beard. So we're asking our cooks that they need to put in this many hours. There's no foreseeable time where you're going to have off, whatever, that sort of thing. Figure out another way. You have to. Because otherwise it's not a sustainable thing.
Right. Michelin.
Do
you miss the kind of what comes with that? The Michelin, like in Chicago, is there a competitive nature that keeps you on your toes that you don't have here that allows you to go home and just kind of cook more and be relaxed?
I honestly don't know. I haven't spent time in
enough. Yeah, sure.
That
That's
level, caliber of a kitchen here.
Yeah.
I've worked for one Michelin chef. It's not like I have some vast knowledge of it or anything like that.
Sure. Enough. More than some.
Yeah. Lonesome Rose, where I came from, Lonesome Rose was, we got Bib Gourmand first 2 years, past year and the year before. And so that's a Michelin recommendation. It was a taco place, so you're not going to get a star anyways. And that was just demanded consistency, quality, that people showed up and were very focused, very determined to make sure that they were pulling their weight, that sort of thing. Being accurate,
Right.
When I was working in at a place called Deus Ex under Jared Wentworth, who won stars at Longman and Eagle, and Deus Ex won, that sort of thing. That was 14-hour cook shifts, just pouring sweat on the line and just 150 miles an hour from the second you walked into the door until the second you were done.
Yeah.
Very, very intense.
Well, and there it is. That intensity, just to backtrack a little and kind of, play the devil's advocate, when you commit those kind of hours and you pour that sweat out, the kind of the blood, sweat, and tears kind of mentality. I know people, they just say, and people are more positive than I am.
Yeah.
They just say, well, it's going to be okay. And I say, well, aren't we going to lose something when we kind of, soften everything up? And I'm not trying to say that cynically.
It's more as a devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Maybe. You might.
Because there's something to say about this. The guy who can handle that and persevere through it and just come out on top and say, yes, chef, I want more.
I think, I don't think that's ever going to go away. I just think that your crop of people who are probably willing to submit themselves to that might be dwindling.
Sure.
More because they can see there's a lot of different opportunities as opposed to just that.
Yeah, yes.
It is. But that being said, there's going to be a trade-off. You can't. I don't know how you run that type of that level of kitchen specifically without that level of devotion, because it is fucking intense.
Sure.
And it's intense for a reason, and you understand why. am very grateful for my time there because I learned so much so quickly, right? And it was great. And I wasn't like, I don't look at that negatively in any sort of way. It was just brutally intense.
Yeah.
Right. And like I said, it can be a phenomenal learning experience, but also it isn't sustainable. Like I just don't believe you can do that for years and years and years on end.
No.
You burn out.
Absolutely
There's
not.
no way.
No, there is no way.
Right.
Especially if you have unhealthy habits after work. I mean,
Yeah, and then it's like everyone gets off and you're like drinking and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
like
cannot
you
do
don't
that.
sleep in 4 hours a night. I mean, it just doesn't, it's not conducive to a
and
long life.
even moving away towards the drinking thing. If you're working these 14-hour shifts and you're going home and you're saying, now I need the rest, I need to get sleep. You get your sleep in, you have no life. I mean, you're exhausted and you're back to work and again, there's something to be said for the person who's willing to sacrifice his basically his free time to devote it to a craft. But and
But also, what do you? I mean, I don't want to. I don't know. There is a great place in society for fine dining and for hot cuisine, and there's a lot to be learned and gained as far as like one, just experience, but two, knowledge, which is
it's an art. Right. I think that's where that really comes into play. Like
yeah, but if you're a cook, I mean, let's say you're just like let's say you're shucking oysters.
Yes.
At this place, whatever, and you're still working. Is shucking oysters an art? I mean, I don't want to offend any oyster shuckers out there.
Sure.
But no, you learn how to shuck oysters and you can shuck them really quickly.
No,
and really
but as far as like the fine dining, and I'm sorry for all the Chicago references, but we've got people who can fly out there.
For sure. Yeah.
But Alinea, right? Yeah. Carpeted floors.
That sounds great. I wouldn't wear shoes.
Right, but there you go. That's a lovely way to look at that because I think most people are shaking in their shoes thinking about it. But you've got people here. We've got Uchi. People stage and go to Uchi to kind of get their chops up, and people stay there, or Odd Duck, and all these wonderful places. But Alinea, just to compare and contrast, there's carpet on the fucking kitchen floor.
Yeah, but that's such an isolated play. I mean, there's no real comparison. I mean, it's one of how many 3 Michelin star restaurants in the country?
Sure.
I don't know, but
I'm just going back to like the discipline.
Yeah.
The
but
need for
I mean, people are moving to Chicago to go work there.
Yeah.
Saying like, oh, I'm going to go like do a.
I don't know much about it besides the
stint
carpet on the floor. I didn't know people were moving for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I can see it. But that's the people. That's the dwindling crew that we still need. To
needs an interesting word.
Well,
I guess we need it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's I think people should do whatever they want to do as far as a career or a job. So if they want to say like, I'm going to go and put in 16 hours a day so that I can be the like best of the best of the best of the best of the best, like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Understand the other side of that sacrifice.
Yes. There's also some, there's the people who truly find passion in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that 16 hours a day really doesn't mean shit to them because they want to be there.
No, honestly, I mean, to be very frank, like when I'm really focusing in the kitchen and
you're there
loving it, I don't, nothing else is happening in my world. I found that to be a little dangerous.
For home life?
Yeah. And just for my own psyche. Like, I loved it and I love the intensity, and it is an adrenaline rush.
Yes.
And it makes you feel really good. And so it's almost like a drug.
Yeah.
And then, you like, it's like you're in a casino and you lose, you don't know what time it is. There's no sense of like anything else around, outside of that. It's just like
a little disorienting.
Here is my station. Here are these tickets. Here is this like thing that I need to accomplish.
But it's great because you love it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that respect, there's so many people working today that are doing something they probably don't enjoy. And if you,
that's why I got into cooking though. Then,
yeah. And if you cook and you love to cook, I mean, if you cook and you're cooking because, you're 16 and you're saving for something and it's not your jam and you're going to end up doing computer software or whatever down the road. That's one thing. But to find what you're passionate about and
sure.
be able to just be lost in the kitchen for 16 hours because you simply love it. That's also different. People are doing that. And if they love getting drilled on a line at Alinea,
Right.
which we'll get off Alinea.
Which, yeah, but I mean, there's ways to do it. I mean, I think the other side of that is you can probably run that type of operation if you are less concerned with your margins, right? Because then you hire enough staff to where people aren't overworked, right? Or like just quote unquote abused. I'm not saying there's actual abuse, but
yes,
I mean,
subject to opinion to call what abuse is.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's
yeah.
Well, I mean, I constantly reference throwing pots, so I guess that's abuse.
Throwing pots and pans. I've never been in a place where I've thrown pans against the backsplash of a range because I was frustrated.
Yeah.
But not at anyone.
Yeah, nobody's throwing anything at you.
No one's throwing anything at me. I'm not throwing anything at anybody. But
the kitchen is. I mean, it's a war zone. You're going to get burned. You're going to get. It can be.
Yeah,
it depends on how it's
so much
run.
fun. I mean, that stuff when it's that intense, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's horrible. I mean, like when you're in it, it's horrible. But you're like trying to lock into this like adrenaline rush where you can concentrate on what you're doing and be like one step ahead of your brain. And then when you get done with it, you feel so accomplished, and it's this like huge high that you're on.
Yes.
And until you do that, you don't really know.
Right. Try to go to bed then.
And so
that's why
when
most people fucking drink.
Yeah, you're like drinking, and then you're going home, and then you're watching a movie until 6 a.m, and then you fall asleep, and then you wake up at 11. You say, "I got to be working at noon."
Yeah, you know what? That's a lovely question for this newer kind of like people who are approaching sobriety and a healthier lifestyle with the run club in the morning is how do you deal with that when you get that rush at the end of the evening and you're all on the high, right? You're on the high end of it because I know that you can say, well, I need to get home and wind down and wake up.
It's so hard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your mind is racing.
Yeah.
Because it's a whirlwind, right? Your mind is alert for hours on end. It's stimulated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's, I mean, for those of us who don't have a problem, Woodford small glass of wine can very much ease that into a relaxation. But there are folks who fall into that where it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I think, probably finding another hobby outside of, inebriation.
Yoga.
Yoga for sure.
You're not going to do yoga after a shift, though.
Why not?
Why not?
Wind down yoga. Why not?
Right, you're stimulated. You throw on the YouTube.
I mean, you could take the whole meditation. Yeah, if you could, really do a little meditation and breathing and that sort of thing, and all of a sudden you're super relaxed.
Yes. Yeah, one of these days weed will be legal here, and that will be one of
it just got legalized in Illinois. Aren't you upset?
It did, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. I'll say it on the podcast. I've talked to a couple friends up there, and everybody's like, "Oh, forget that." It's too expensive. I'm going through my guy.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm like, and they're like, they're showing me the lines, and I'm like,
that'll all wind down.
I'm like,
it's gonna be like a liquor store.
How hilarious is it though that we're that picky that we're like, it's legal, but we got a problem with
That's Chicago for you.
There.
The pretension of Chicago.
Right. I was.
My guy still gets better than the thing that is.
That's what I was told.
Store that is.
That is what I was told. I was like, come on,
I'm
just
sure.
go have fun and go in the dispensary and see what there is.
Let's give the tax revenue.
Pay a premium and have
to
a
the
day.
state that can't afford teachers.
Yeah, that can be one thing. You come here. Besides the property taxes here, you got to appreciate here in Texas. Yeah.
Oh sure. We have way more space.
Way more space, but the way it's run here, the government is.
Yeah, but it's all. We don't have kids, so I don't. I don't know how schools are. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't know.
Yes.
I don't know how
so vast though. But
essentially, you have to pay for public schools in the city through funds across the entire state, and that's why people in downstate are pissed.
Sure.
And welcome to the Illinois Tax Reform Podcast.
Hey, but kids.
Yeah, no kids.
No kids.
That's not a subject.
That's not a subject. Is your wife listen to these podcasts?
I don't know. I don't think she listened to the first one.
She didn't listen to the first.
She doesn't
one.
give a shit.
So what
She
about
doesn't care.
the second one? This is Chef Zack's second appearance.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, she doesn't. I don't know. She's got her own stuff that she.
But you guys aren't on the kid jam.
No, we got a dog.
If you have a child now, right now, when you're 50, they'll be 18-ish.
14.
Well, no.
I'm 30. I'm almost 36.
Okay. Well, you still be old, when they're 18.
Oh, I'll be older. Yeah. No, I'll be older than 50 when they're 18.
Yeah,
correct.
18, yeah. So you got to pump it out. You got to get a kid in there if you want one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be one of those hunched over old edge.
Well, maybe a hunched over old guy if that happens.
They could slip everything by you to be like, oh, don't worry, my dad's, he doesn't see shit.
He doesn't see shit. He's got arthritis. His back hurts. His feet hurt. He's over there.
Just take that 20 out of his wallet. We're going to the movies.
Bon Appetit on Amazon.
Oh, there will be no movies when they're older. Yeah.
It'll all be streaming.
Bon Appetit, though.
VR.
You mentioned Bon Appetit earlier, and I really want to take a quick second to turn anybody who doesn't know about Bon Appetit. They're on YouTube. They have a podcast as well.
I'm guys, sure. Bon Appetit Foodcast.
Best.
Bon Appetit YouTube channel.
They're the best.
It is so good. It's
Chef Claire. I show my daughter Chef Claire.
Okay, so it's, honestly, like my biggest criticism, one, is that most of their knife skills are fucking terrible.
Oh, I don't even go into the knife thing. But that is a problem. That is a problem. Sorry.
But the only thing I'll say is that it's so yeah. Well, no, we watch like every episode. Dude, are you kidding me? We're giving them full support. I got a problem
with the knife thing. You shouldn't have started like that.
All right. Well,
start with the good shit.
No, it's all great. We're giving them tons of props. It's great. It's like
Brad Leone, he's nice.
Yeah, Brad Leone.
Nice. Cheers.
Well, he seems more like a chef.
Sure, he's got the knife thing down. There's a couple guys who are doing okay with knives. But there's some knives in that kitchen that
Molly, I know Molly has restaurant experience, so she actually knows what she's talking about and doing. The only thing I'll say is that it's so catered to a very specific demographic that they can come off as
What's the demographic? Oh, yeah. Is that us? We're watching.
Yeah, but it's definitely not appealing to like someone who doesn't have access to a huge plethora of ingredients at a refined, like Central Market or the sort.
I did not think about
it's easy. You can find this, very specific type of spice or chili pepper or chicken or whatever at your local grocery store. If you live in a very wealthy area where there's huge, widely stocked supermarkets.
Sure.
That sort of thing. Specialty. Go to your specialty butcher.
None of this is positive,
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm a Jew, and it's mostly negative.
All right, so this show's fucking awesome. I mean, right?
Which one?
Bon Appetit. I mean,
it's really great. I love it. Yeah. The way that they present, cooking and the way that they present food, I think is pretty great for anyone who's not a professional.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun for me because
just to watch
I sit and like critique the whole thing and my wife loves it. It's like watching the only other food TV or whatever that we watch is like Great British Baking Show, which I'm just like in agony over most of the time because everyone's got flour on. What is it called?
Nailed It?
No, I can't.
Have you seen
what it is? I've seen it on probably Netflix scrolling past it.
I'm talking, again, watched it. Reference to the 5-year-old of mine is like obsessed with that show. And she makes me watch it with her, but I actually get into
desserts, pastries, right?
So they take these kind of intricate cakes, like it'll be like this kind of shark that looks pretty real, and then they'll make these, basically, I'm assuming home-cooked, pastry chefs who are like want to be chefs, and they're just like, all right, here, and they give them ingredients and they give them the recipe. They like go at it, and they've got the fondant and all that shit. And at the end of it, it's like a pile of garbage that sort of could resemble like with the colors. And they're like, we nailed it, but nobody ever nails it.
We nailed it,
right? But no one even gets remotely close ever.
I can't watch it.
But that's the show. And like I said, I'm stuck with that one.
I usually try and extricate myself from food once. I'll cook dinner and stuff, but like I don't want to.
No, you were saying this. So
I can't just be like focused on it the whole time.
Oh, you were saying this when we weren't online, though. You're more into the nerdy things like Simpsons and
junk, sci-fi, or comic books.
Right. So you get out of the kitchen, you unwind from the kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, I think when I started cooking, when I earlier in my career, I was very much just like trying to, that deep dive and
Sure.
obsessiveness about it,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
great and it can be really great, but also like I had no other interests whatsoever. And now I'm trying to just be like, this is my career and this is what I do and I'm knowledgeable on it and I love it. But it is not the only thing that defines me or my interests, because I think a lot of people, oh, you're a chef.
Yeah.
Oh, this is your whole life is chef.
Yes.
Food. Let me ask you this question. How do I make this? What do you think about this? What's the best restaurant to eat? I don't fucking care. What are you watching on Netflix?
Yeah.
Do you like The Witcher? Like,
The answer is?
it's so boring. We watched 2 episodes and it's really fucking boring.
I fall asleep during everything I watch, so I can't speak much to it. But I watched the whole thing, but I fell asleep
really?
during every episode.
Yeah, I will stick it out, I think, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Henry Cavill. I liked him in that Mission Impossible. That was good.
Yes.
But yeah, getting on Simpsons, that's fun. We're rewatching Curb Your Enthusiasm before the new season airs.
That
Larry David.
Yeah, Larry David. Genius, right? Seinfeld
creator.
He is a funny one.
It's good stuff.
It's all very real life. Just
I like shows where people make fun of and berate one another.
yeah, okay.
That's how
What else falls
That's
into
how I loosen up after leaving a kitchen.
Yeah, that's definitely Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool though. You've been here in Austin for however long?
About half a year, a little more.
But I love how you're kind of settling in. You're doing
That's great.
Yeah.
I really like it. I mean, this is all I ever wanted was to walk around in January in a sweatshirt, feeling warm.
Yes, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that. And I was just referring to you're more relaxed here.
For sure.
Doing your thing with your lady. You're cooking at home. There are
actual life, it's great.
And I kind of asked earlier, but like there are places you need to get to, regardless if you guys want to stay at home.
Oh no, for sure, yeah.
Jack Allen's would be one of them,
Mm-hmm.
just because of the consistency and kind of the popularity of that place. You should check it out. But
I'm literally writing it down.
Yeah, Jack Allen's or Salt Traders. Barley Swine. Apparently, I learned this last night. Is Jack Gilmore's son. Bryce Gilmore's Barley Swine is his restaurant. So, yes, but any places, we went over this, any places that you've been to that you kind of swear by here that you've tried? You had to have tried something.
I am honestly trying, I'm like racking my brain trying to think of the last place that we ate out at, and I can't even remember.
Well, I'm going to say.
I mean, it was like maybe Valentina's.
I'm just going to say that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's lovely, man.
Which is almost like it's like a greater victory than being like, I ate at this place.
No,
and it's so good.
This is lovely, man.
And
also you've got so much to explore when it comes time.
That's the other side of it. Is like there's plenty of city for us to dive into.
Oh yeah. All you have to do is leave Last Straw. I mean, Vixen's wedding opened up there.
Yeah. We had some staff party over there.
There you go. That's Chef Jesus. He was formerly at Sway. I'd really love to talk to him about that.
Oh, right on.
But Il Bruto, Kamari Tatsuya, you don't even need to go far.
Yeah, I've been to Kamari. Kamari is cool. I mean, I really would like to try Sugar Pine. It looks very good. It is up. I'm not just saying it because it's by where I live now, but I heard great things, and it looks fantastic.
The OG Ramen Tatsuya is right by
OG
you.
Ramen Tatsuya.
Yeah.
Huge line New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, good shit, though. All right. Very good.
Yeah, Tatsuya is legit. There's like a Coco's Cafe over there. There's a supermarket over there, Hong Kong supermarket, and that place is great.
Okay.
They've got everything.
Everything you need from Bon Appetit.
Everything you need from an Asian grocery store.
Yeah.
More or less.
Those niche things.
Yeah.
Well, exciting, man.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah. So Austin's treating you well, though.
Yeah, I do not regret it. You've been treating me well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And you as well. You're coming back in.
No, it's great. It's super fun.
And we've got Austin all day, 10% off at the, you go order.
Just say, Chef Zack, and they'll say, who?
There we go, Chef Zack. Who is Chef Zack? We have a Chef Zack here? Sweetheart. He's the one drinking the honey back there.
Listen, sweetie.
Yeah. No. So, yes, let's frequent Last Straw vegan menu.
Yeah, and drink while non-vegan menu.
Okay. Yes.
How about that?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Drink well. That's what the new menu was when?
Well, we're gonna change a handful of items probably like the end of January.
Okay.
But I got some cool stuff.
So when this is out there, you guys go check it out.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Spanish what?
Like Spanish bar style food, that sort of thing. Snacky, good stuff. Sardines. I don't know. It'll be some good. It'll be cool.
Cool.
Real tasty. Great cocktails.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Stacking up to Last Straw. The cocktails.
It's beverage directed by both.
Okay. Right.
Jessica Sanders
So
handles
nobody's
both.
going to outdo anybody.
No, it's strong all the way through.
Anybody else we should bring up or shout out or anything you want to talk about?
Let me look at my list.
Yeah, go through the list.
No. We got Flying Bros Tempe. Yeah, no, that's it.
There we go.
Shout out to ATX Vegans and Brittany. Brittany is great. We met with her and kind of consulted with her. She would be a cool person to have on the show.
Bring her on, man. Open door.
She would.
I'll invite her.
She's a very good person to talk to. Very passionate about what she does.
Okay.
Super knowledgeable.
Yes.
Works with obviously like a ton of different restaurants in the city and I mean nationwide because they're in other cities too.
Yeah.
But she is a person, for sure would be a really interesting mind to pick because it's a different perspective than just like a chef's perspective.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. More to come.
But we met with her when we were doing our menu planning and stuff.
We had a quick conversation last night about maybe some influencers around town that actually really help some places out coming in together, might coordinate that. And then next week, which will be in the past when people are listening, would be Rob Balin, who you would not know. But guy's an old timer. He's been
great.
He's been a food critic here for years and years and years and years.
Oh, cool. For what?
Well, he's on KLBJ, as a radio station here, but he's got a website, Dining Out with Rob or diningoutwithrob.com.
Oh, that's really neat.
And I reference it for openings, things like, Last Straw's gone vegan. He's into that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
And he's been doing it forever. So he's seen things come and go. So there are avenues for other, outlooks on the industry. So she's more than welcome to come.
That's great. I'll hit her up.
Yeah, please do. And we'll tag her in
tag her.
Instagram post there.
ATX Vegans.
Yes. And anybody listening to this podcast, follow the podcast on Instagram.
Follow the podcast and follow Zack Eats Toast.
Zack Eats Toast.
Come on, feed my ego.
There we go. Thank you, Chef Zack.
Thanks for having me.
Last Straw.